The next set of filters we want to look at, if we go to the word filter, are the brush strokes. The good news is that we have the ability to look at those through the filter gallery. So let's go ahead and go to the filter gallery. Let's go ahead and close Artistic and go into brush strokes. The first one is called accented edges, and I don't know, just like its name, it accents edges. If we take the width, obviously we're increasing the width of the edges or decreasing it. The brightness control goes more toward the lighter for the edges. If you go to the left, it goes toward the darker. And smoothness just helps smooth out the edges. So we've got accented edges. We have angled strokes. Looks a little bit like a watercolor now, doesn't it? Angled strokes repaints an image using diagonal strokes. And you got lighter and darker on top of each other. So your direction balance is right here, if you want more one way than the other. Stroke length and sharpness. Crosshatch preserves details and features of the original, but it adds texture and roughening to the edges of the colored areas. So we have a stroke length, sharpness, and strength. Dark strokes paints dark areas with short, tight, dark strokes, lighter areas with long, white strokes. So it's looking at the brightness of the pixels. Here's the balance between the two. We can go one way or the other. You want to lighten that up, and white intensity. Ink outlines redraws an image with fine, narrow lines over the original details. So we're looking at stroke length, dark intensity, and light intensity. Spatter, to me, almost makes it look like you're observing the image through a window, and the window is like a frosted glass kind of thing. It replicates the effect of a spatter airbrush, actually, is what it's doing. And you have a spray radius, and of course, smoothness. Sprayed strokes repaints images using dominant colors with angled sprayed strokes of color, and you've got a stroke length and a radius and a direction. Last one, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Sumi-e brush, which is actually a Japanese style of painting where they take fully saturated brushes and apply them like to rice paper. Remember, all of the techniques we're using, artistic, brushstrokes, distort, whatever they are mathematical representations of art form in the real world. And sometimes they get it right, and sometimes it's not exactly maybe what you would think it was supposed to be. Let's get practical here with one of these. Let's go back and cancel out. Go back to our dog. Do this. Create a blank layer. In that blank layer, I want you to fill it with black. So I want you to click this button here to make sure you got black and white as your foreground and background colors. Reach over on your keyboard and press the Alt backspace key. Pick up your rectangular marquee tool and draw a rectangle like that, right in the middle. With that selection maintained, I want you to fill that area with white. Now, white's your background color. Press Command Delete on a Mac or Control Backspace in Windows to fill it with white. So what we have is black and white. Now, with that layer selected, go back to Filter and get into our Filter Gallery. Let's go into our brush strokes. Let's do a sprayed stroke. You see the edges beginning to come up here. We'll go ahead and maximize our length and our radius. Let's get a little bit more aggressive. Something about like that. That's all. Click OK. Okay, with that done, change the blending mode of that layer to multiply. What you're doing is with multiply is you're saying all white areas of the layer go transparent, and you have kind of like an, I don't know, an interesting type of edge to this image. Let's do this. Go back to normal. I want you to invert the colors. So we're going to go Image, Adjustments, Invert. Now go back to your blending mode, but this time use Screen. Screen means get rid of the black areas. So what we're doing with a brush stroke filter is we're creating a unique kind of cool edge to an image.